nice that it's just one button. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're live again. Evil, pop in if our audio's atrocious like last time. So we'll have to
Nice.
apologize for our no fans that the last live, the audio was a disaster. But
Yeah, it's well, a work in progress. You know what? You don't succeed unless you fail, right? You
yeah,
got you gotta
all
you
about
gotta
that.
fail to succeed.
Okay, cool. So where did we leave off? We kind of done a little bit of a ramble on how our weeks went, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I'm
Totally.
Eve's yelling. 1 second. Yes.
Okay.
How is it? She says it's good.
Oh, perfect. This
It's
is
like the
perfect. So
sound
now,
tech in the back. This is the first time we've used DCAM
yeah,
Live, going live on Facebook. So yeah,
nice. So now we can just redo it from the start. Pretty much, you had a wicked week. You went to Tofino. You said you didn't use that board in the back. You went
no,
on
it's on
a
longer boards. I was on a 9 foot and a 7.2. The surf only got up to like 5 feet, and then when I got over 5 feet, it got blown out and a storm came in. So the short board didn't
nice.
get used.
Nice. And for our viewers that are listening from like England or Europe or Australia, whereabouts were you surfing, Scott?
Oh, I'm in Canada, and I was surfing in Cox Bay in Tofino, which was actually really
Nice.
nice. But the water temperature for those, outside of Canada, it's about 56, 57 degrees, so it's chilly. You're wearing a
Bless you.
wetsuit. Oh yeah,
For sure. For
yeah,
sure. Nice. So then now I like where we're going with this is we're going to share our wins and our losses of the not so wins of the week.
yeah,
And so I was saying that I was kind of procrastinating all summer about having a conversation with a team of mine, and I finally had it this week, and it went so well, and it went
yeah.
so well that I like wish that I would have done it at the beginning of the summer. So it was just really asking each other to like be accountable and like show up, and we did that, and like we blew away our expectations. We set goals for like 2 days after our meeting, and everything just went exactly to plan. So it just goes to show that it's like whenever you have that feeling inside you, like when we were young and like asking a girl to dance or something, that feeling, that's
Yeah.
what I get in business now. It never
Yeah.
goes away.
No,
So
it never
just
does.
just shut it up and just move forward.
So yeah, you would say that was the main thing, that asking the girl to the dance was the main thing that slowed you down from taking action.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that just that feeling that it's like, like all these things you build up in your head, it's like making up my own stories of like how the conversation could go. And
Yeah.
it's like my stories were nothing how it went, but I made a lot of them and took a lot of time to think about them rather than just taking action and being like, we don't know how this is going to play out. Let's ask
Totally.
and see what goes on. And
Yeah. Action's usually the
help.
answer. So that okay, so
Totally.
that was your success. Should I
Yeah.
do my success, and then we can ramble
Yeah.
on our failure?
Yeah. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. So like I was saying earlier in our pre-recorded video that went to nowhere and the audio was awful, is that my success this week, I'm super close to it. So if anyone's listening, they can like help me bump me over the edge, because YouTube. I'm launched this new YouTube channel 2 weeks ago, right? The Happy Deal Maker. And it's, making the videos a lot of work and all the rest of that. But YouTube's algorithm, once you hit 100 people, they allow you a custom URL. So right now it is youtube.com/garbledygook. Like that's what my channel is, right? Where it needs to be youtube.com/the happy deal maker. And so
Yeah.
they award you that privilege once you get 100 subscribers. And my channel is super new, but I'm at like 96 or something like that. So
What?
yeah, like it's super
Anybody
close.
who's listening, go to the how did he find you, Scott?
Well, if you go to YouTube, you just go the Happy Deal Maker, you'll find it, and
Cool.
then just like subscribe, and you'll like knock me over that number, and I'll be able to get the custom URL. So it's not
Nice.
truly a success yet, but it's like so close. I'm gonna claim it on this
Nice.
call. I'm just pumped about it. So
Nice.
that's
Nice.
cool. A guy that's pumped about 100 subscribers, but you got to reach 100, and then the next threshold is 1,000, and then when you get 1,000, they unlock all the doors for you to do the advertising and all the nonsense that YouTube allows you to do. But either way,
Cool.
it's still a success right now.
Nice, dude. That's awesome. So yeah, anybody who's watching this and they go to Scott's site from this, the Happy Deal Maker, and they do the first 4 people just comment and let us know, because that would be super awesome to know that they
Yeah.
came from here. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Okay, you do your failure first.
Okay, cool.
I'm not ready for mine.
Yeah, I did take my failure and turn around, but it was like for a good chunk of the days of the week, I was a little bit down because of it. Because sometimes you get emails from customers and they fire you. Like, have you ever been fired through an email? But it's harsh. It's like really, I'm getting fired through an email? Like, that's pretty brutal. And I had a hard time accepting it, right? So I'm like, okay, like I got to get this person on the phone, because if you can get someone on the phone, then you can, really get context of the whole situation. And so I get this breakup basically through an email. I'm like, unbelievable. And it took me 3 days. So I was the same as you. It's like 3 days of just this nightmare of your mind, like why they fired me, and you're not good enough and all the rest of this stuff, right? And then I finally got them on the phone and I talked to them. It was nothing. It was just an overreaction, and they, within like 5 minutes of being on the phone, like they're a customer again, But I had to go through this like 3 days of brutal, like just beating myself up basically over nothing. Anyway, so I did get fired through an email temporarily this week, and I would say that was probably my failure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a pretty good one. I'm like wondering where I'm going to go with this failure. My failure, because I'm doing 2 things right now. I'm like building a business and learning to build a business, actually 2 businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And I am also like on the verge of this like health regime, like this like fit by 40 thing I'm doing. So I got 2 years.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of the week, I said I was going to do something, and it was like a minimum of like, I just wanted to get in a regime where I'm like working out in the morning, right? Just so when it goes hard, I like have that time set to me. I was going to do something simple like plank routine, and then do like 100 push-ups a day. And I failed. I woke up and I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And then all of a sudden today came,
Yeah.
and I was like, in my mind, I'm like, you know what? I'll just start on Monday again.
Yeah.
And you know what I did, man? I did it today. So today,
Yeah.
I made up for the rest of the week, and I did like my 100 push-ups, and I like did the routine that I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And so I failed, but I think I got it back at the end of the week by being like, no, I'm not waiting till Monday. I have this like desire now. So like, let's just keep it rolling through the weekend. Then when next Monday comes, it's not like a start again. So
what are you tracking it on?
I'm using like my Fitness Pal, and then my trainer, she's got an app that we use too. It's like some kind of coaching app.
Yeah.
But I just saw her. She's in the Calgary firefighters like magazine, and I'm in trouble, man. She is a machine. Like, she looks like she came straight out of like one of the Terminator movies. Like,
Nice.
Amazing. So yeah, man. There'll be times we're on these calls, and I'll probably just be like this huddled ball, just like. So.
You need to put this is like my uncle was talking to me, my cousins, or he was talking to me about quitting smoking. He's like, the only thing that actually worked for him was putting money, like it was $1,000 on the line, and that's what he had to do. It's like just that $1,000 sitting there, and then if you have a smoke, it's like you lose $1,000. You got to give it to charity. Like, it's the loss aversion that like gives you a lot of power.
That's pimp. There's websites like that, so you can actually like you connect it to the account. And then, like, you put your money into this account, and it's like the only way you get it back is if you like win, right?
Yeah, like so. Yeah, yeah. Cool. The daily exercise, that's a beast. That's a beast of a challenge,
dude. The thing is, I'm like, my thing is, my long-term goal is to be fit by the time I'm old. Like, I want to be like that old guy that can go for a run. And so like, I'm learning to live a healthy lifestyle now. Yeah. But my short-term goal is, I've always told myself I want a 6-pack by the time I'm 40. So I got 2 years, and I'm calling it like pretty much like 6-pack by 40. I guess that's a good name for it. But it's definitely not 6-minute abs, because I've had people, they're like, I wonder how long it takes to get abs. I'm like, well, I'll show you, because I have negative abs right now. So just follow me, and I'll show you how long it really takes. It's not 6 minutes.
No, I should get on that with you too, and then we can like hold each other accountable on the exercise stuff as well. Honestly, I think the accountability is like the biggest thing. It's like, I'm in a group, an entrepreneurship group right now, and if it wasn't for that group, a lot of stuff would slide. But it's like every day we meet on Tuesday, and it's like I feel like I got to get my stuff done more for those guys than for me. So
yeah. Dude, totally. I 100% agree. That's kind of why I started with this Facebook thing, because it was like, and getting a trainer, it's like, it's easier for me to do what I say I'm going to do than to make up an
Mhm.
excuse why I didn't do it.
Totally.
So and this week I kind of learned that lesson.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I like how
it,
you
it
caught
wasn't
your
long.
days up. I like that. Okay, so then now we also have on the bottom of this, where'd this question come from on the bottom of our screen?
So it came up randomly, actually. I have a lot of people. This is the newest thing in my life that I'm
Yeah.
super excited about. There's people adding me as friends on Facebook, strangers that have reached out to me, and they're not girls inviting me to their sex rooms. So like this is a really new thing for
This
me.
is a
So
thing because that's what happened with my YouTube channel as well. It's like, okay, so whenever you launch something new, it doesn't matter. Like you get anyone that likes it, like even a single like or a comment, you're like, yes,
mhm,
yes, because it's you think someone's watching, you know.
yeah,
And the first three comments that I got on my YouTube videos were these people, these sex chat rooms.
yeah.
like, dang it.
They're all over the place. I know. So you
yeah,
know how exciting it is. It was cool. So last week, if she's watching right now, sorry, but I think her name was Carly. I
yeah,
don't have her on my computer yet or not.
yeah,
And she was like, anytime someone adds me, I just reach out to them and just like start chatting because that's what I like to do.
yeah.
And then just this question just kind of popped out of my head because like where the conversation went to, I was like, hey, if you had no responsibilities and money wasn't an issue, what would you be doing right now in your life? And the response was, she was like, this is interesting, you're gonna
Mm,
have to give me some time to think about this. And
yeah.
I was like, that is the greatest question you can ask someone, is something that takes time to think about, I think.
Yeah.
And it's like, even us, like right now, like when you hear this question, what comes up inside you? What do you think of? Like,
Well, you texted this as an idea for the show. You're like, oh, we should just have a question. Like this would be a question. I honestly like, didn't immediately have an answer to it. Like I'm kind of normally doing the stuff that I want to do, but a lot of the
mhm,
stuff that I'm doing is money driven only so much so that that money can then buy me more freedom, right?
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
like when you take like if you had no responsibilities and money was not an issue. So it's like, okay, if I tried to like ratchet out the money completely, right? And you have no responsibilities, what do you do? I don't know. I like honestly think I would, I don't want it to be the wrong answer because there's no right or wrong answer, but it's, I would probably just do exactly what I did last week. Like just if the surf's good, go surfing. And I had like my daughter on the beach and we're just like hanging out and chilling, you know? Like what why would
mhm,
I not do that? But that being said, like that's I still did it. and I did my
totally.
yeah, so whatever, right? But that's what I would do. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and that's where this question leads. And when I say money isn't an issue, it just means like we're still gonna have to, like, the whole idea of this question is you find out what you're doing that like fills your soul.
Mhm.
So my story is from like when I was younger. It's kind of a not a bad story, but like I am a very active person, mountain biking,
Mhm.
snowboarding, kiteboarding, all this stuff, right? And when I was younger, I used to think, well, not even that long ago, that it was like, if I got like paralyzed or something like that, like in my mind, that was the most devastating thing. I'd be like, my life is over because I defined my life by the activities that I did.
Yes.
And literally, man, it wasn't until I started doing this. And whenever you start your own businesses and stuff, people always ask you like, what's your why?
Yeah.
Your why has to be strong enough to keep you going. And
Mm.
at first my why was like, I just want freedom. I just want freedom to do like whatever I want. I just don't want to work for somebody else. I want to be my own boss. And then as things went on, my why turned into like, I don't want only freedom for me. I want to show other people. I want to do this so I can show other people it's possible.
Yeah.
And not only that, I want to build a successful business now so that I can show other people it's possible, and then I can bring them down this path. And
Yeah.
I just got all excited about it, and then all of a sudden this idea popped into my head again, where it was like, now if I'm in a wheelchair, like I'm going to be okay because I have this passion now and this drive to like help people. Like that's like my calling now. And it was like such a crazy epiphany to have. I just
Mm.
like it was so crazy to think how like I was really stuck on this one mindset, and then all of a sudden things just changed, and it's like everything's gonna be okay now because I've just found my path I want to walk down, and it's like it doesn't matter how long it takes to get where I'm going. I just know where I'm going now. So It's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
rad.
sweet. That is sweet. It's like, where can you add contribution? You know, it's
Hmm.
like, I guess that kind of the question does free you up to think that deep, right? Because it's like, okay, for the most part, we're just kind of hustling and bustling to get the mortgage paid
Hmm.
and, to cover the bills. It's like, okay, so then you break free of that. And then when you break free of that, it's like, okay, now what do I do? Well, I'm going to, you're maybe going to do some selfish things like what I was talking about. And then it's like you do some of those selfish things, fine, like going surfing, going on trips, whatever. And then you're like,
Yeah.
okay, then what do you do, right? So then it comes back to contribution. It's like, so
Hmm.
okay, how are you going to contribute and get other people to get to that point as well? So
Exactly.
yeah, you could almost skip like right to the end and go, how are you going to contribute?
It could, but dude, you know what's awesome about this question? And I hope people don't see our answers and base their answers on ours,
Yeah,
because it can be this question could be anything you want. If you take this question as I want to go build a cabin in the backwoods and never talk to humans ever again, that's your personal choice, and there's no wrong answer. Like,
yeah,
if that's what you want to do it. And that's what's exciting about these questions, and seeing like all these different people, like, what they can do. If maybe someone's like, I want to be the first person on Mars and I just want to sit there in the Tesla car and rip donuts. Like, it could be literally anything. Like,
yeah. I will say
you
that
know?
like when I because going back a little bit of history, I had a wakeboard camp for a while, but I worked for 3 months, and that's as long as I lasted in the corporate world. And I don't know what part of the 3 months it was, but I was sitting at my desk and like, this can't be my thing. And I threw
Yeah.
that question or some idea of this question, like, what do I actually want to do? And at that point, it was almost like the cabin in the woods answer, because all I wanted to do was have my own private lake with jumps on it for wakeboarding, which sounds ridiculous. And if people don't know what wakeboarding is, it's kind of like water skiing. But
Yeah.
that's what I wanted at the time. And I was 23. And I thought, okay, I could probably do that. And then I did that. And it was awesome, And so for 5 years, we just, built this lake and built this kind of like little wakeboard empire and wakeboard dream. And it was a lot of fun. But answering that question, this is such a powerful question. So anyhow, good work for throwing it out here, or the girl that made you think of it.
I mean, yeah, dude, it's my most exciting thing right now, is just asking these questions and like seeing what people come up with. So
Yeah,
I think this is going to be a fun thing, that because I know throughout the week, all of a sudden sometimes things just pop in my head, and I'm getting really good at just like writing this stuff down. So it's like having
yeah,
these Friday wrap ups is going to be awesome, because now I'm going to have like a page that has like Friday wrap up at the top, and it's going
yeah,
to be like bingo moments, and it's going to be like wins of the week, and it's going to be like failures. So
yeah. I like I.
it's
I like that you like Friday wrap up. I'm like, what do I call this thing? I'm like, oh, we'll call it the Friday wrap up. We can do wins, failures, and I like the idea of like
yeah,
one big question, so
yeah,
to get people thinking. So anyway, like people
totally.
people below, it's like if you had no responsibilities, money wasn't an issue. Like, what would you be doing right now? That's people can answer that. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Anyway, okay, well, we'll leave it to next week, and don't forget to go to the Happy Deal Maker and be my 100th subscriber.
No doubt, no doubt. I guess we should have thought of maybe like a contest for that on this, but
No, I'm
I don't
just
know.
happy to like, we'll get past 100. We'll do a contest when I'm trying to hit the 1,000. But right now, it's like, all right, let's just get some momentum behind this little channel.
Nice, nice,
Yeah,
cool. Okay, Scott, I'm glad this worked out. This is pretty sweet. I like it. So have a good weekend. I'm sure we're going to be chatting. So
sweet buddy. Okay, we'll
peace out,
finish
brother.
up. Peace. Everyone, have a good
Have a good one.
weekend.
Okay, see you, bro.